Jesus says, "My little treasures, you are my consolation amidst these torments." July 12th and 17th, 2018. Words from Jesus to Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. Jesus began, "Prayers and petitions are going up from all over this nation. They will not be in vain. My Father's heart has softened towards you who have broken the flask of your hearts and anointed this country with your tears. My Father has compassion on you because of your brokenness, and He will remember your sins no more. You have given the widow's mite down to the last tear, and heaven is in awe of the generosity of hearts that have heeded the call to brokenness and travail. History is not written with a pen and paper, but the sighs and pleadings of a people in distress are the ones that write the history. Do not say to me that this has happened too quickly because you only put the message up yesterday. This is what I was thinking. Here the Lord is correcting me. Rather understand my heart's cry for intercession has been rapidly received and met with travail all over the nation. Many know of this situation and have been breaking their hearts over it for days. But more was needed, and now you face a possibility of deliverance that was not favorable before. Clare, I have an army of intercessors who live only to pray. It is their joy and their response to my every need, and it is immediate. Can you imagine such as these? Oh yes, they are handpicked, little, and despised by the world. What little is known of them, but all of heaven knows them on familiar terms. On earth this great cloud of souls, so very sensitive to the movement of my heart. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness. They shall be filled, and blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be consoled. Not with the consolations of this earth, but rather with the consolations of heaven, which blossom in hearts and give off a continual fragrance to them and all of heaven. You are not out of the woods yet, but things have taken an interesting turn, and Providence is working to the advantage of the hearts of true Americans. How blessed are those who have mourned and repented for the sins of this nation. How great your reward is in heaven. Now I would ask you to put this out with the stipulation that they continue in this kind of prayer, and I will bless them with marvelous news. Look on, you scoffers, and be amazed. The prayers of the righteous will be heard, and my Father will not turn his back on them. That which you feared shall come upon you, but my name shall be exalted among the nations. They will cry out, "How great is their God! Surely there is a God in heaven, who hears the prayers of his people." Why are we wasting our time among these idolaters? Let us bring offerings and become his people as well. That's a beautiful word of encouragement, dear heart dwellers. The Lord bless you all. And now the message from July 17th, 2018. Lord, do you have something to share with us tonight? Jesus began, "Yes, accompany me on my cross, my little ones. I am calling the pure of heart to keep me company in the shadow of the cross, which is now stretched all the way across this country." For what is good is called evil, and what is evil is called good, and a deep chasm has developed in this land. You said it so well, Clare, when you said this country has studied and precipitated the downfall of many a nation around the globe. They are well trained to do it here as well. Those who are feeding into this chasm are feeding into death and destruction of themselves. Those who continue to bridge it are holding on for dear life to bring it back together again. Prayer is more mighty than action, yet both are necessary in order to overcome the evils at work in this nation right now. They will not win, Clare. They will not prevail. But it is costing me and my body much travail, much suffering, and much personal loss. And yet the hearts of those sacrificing for me are a very peculiar treasure, unlike any other treasure I have. And just as an aside, I know Ezekiel is one of those treasures. He was hit with extreme agony today that knocked him for a loop. And in those moments that I need him, he is there for me. Yet there are others that should have been here with me today and in the past week, but they were not. Dear little ones, the enemy has drawn you into the world again. You know who you are. I beg you, return to the shadow of the cross and comfort me. I miss you terribly. The agony of loneliness in the midst of desolations only makes it worse. So do not fail to keep me company. Be here for me. It is their willingness to sacrifice that is setting the example for others and getting the job done. I will not try them beyond their capacity to endure, but it isn't easy, and in fact, it is at times brutal. Yet do not be bothered by what you lose, dear patriots. You are holding the torch that keeps this nation and indeed the whole world in the light. The darkness is losing, so they are doing everything in their power to persecute and taunt the support of your president. But they will not prevail, because many of you took me seriously when I told you this is costing you much. But you must continue to pray. You cannot let up. When this breaks, and break it will, there will be a burst of blinding light to reveal the truth of this nation's true enemies, and what has been hidden for so long will be brought to the light. Cold, calculated, and cunning, they spare no one, not from the infants and toddlers to the elderly. They care not as destruction is spread. What is in their hearts is death and destruction to all that is right and good. Yes, and taking advantage of the warm weather, they are pulling together those who wander about, doing nothing. They are giving them a cause to be passionate about, and make money and stand out to others, so they will be noticed. But the sad part is, their minds are desolate of wisdom, and blind to the limb they are sawing off, the very limb that supports them. They have neither creed nor passion. They are merely manipulated minds, going through the motions, without any true grasp of what they are protesting. Though they are made in my image, they are going about like animals, looking only to fill their bellies with the poisoned money of drug and child trafficking. This is the massive welfare state Obama fed into, in preparation to make them ripe for creating strife and division, an easily swayed populace. Plus, certain energies are being released in the areas that are demonstrating, energies beyond their capacity to resist, energies that cause people to explode upon one another. I call upon you who care to continue to hold your president's arms high and do not let him grow weary. Support him in every way and educate the ignorant around you. It is your prayers, my people, that will finally cause this to collapse. It is your faithfulness that will defeat the enemy. Even if only for a time, it will open the doors for the conversion of masses of souls who are lingering on the abyss, having no idea anymore of who God truly is. They are caught in a frame of mind that cannot consider me until I visit them, and the reality of my visitation awakens truth within them. They cannot go back to where they came from, because they have witnessed extreme evil, and deep down inside, they know that is not God, nor is it merciful, nor is it great. Rather it is shameful, immoral, and the depth of depravity. So continue to pray and sacrifice, my little ones. You are my consolation in the midst of torments. You are the fragrance of devotion in the midst of the stench of treason. You are the pure light of a single candle that defeats all the technologies of darkness. You, little ones, with your prayers and sacrifices, you are the ones turning the tide. So continue on and count on my strength to endure to the end. For in those moments when you can no longer stand, truly I cradle you in my arms on the cross, and we together move our Father's heart.